Welcome back to yet another event guide. We are fast approaching the 4th anniversary, but before we can get to that event, we need to get through the 2 permanent events for September. And starting us off is the event Get Fit and Fly Muscle Training that will run from September 10th to September 18th. This is a happy attribute event with a mixed cast, with the focus character of the event being Haruka and the supporting cast consisting of Akito, Tsukasa, Anne, and Mormo Jump Mako. And since this is a standard marathon event, we have 2 exchange shop cards, with Anne taking the 2-star slot with her card, so that will never have any regrets. Anne is a mysterious attribute healer skilled card, and due to this mysterious attribute, she has no future usability as it currently stands, with the 3-star slot being taken by Mormo Jump Mako and her card Training for a Dream, with Mako being a happy attribute perfect logger skill card with the skill name Selfless Guinea Pig. And due to Mako's happy attribute, she will see use in 3 future events. Most obvious and noteworthy is of course that this Mako card will be usable during this event, Get Fit and Fly Muscle Training. Seeing as she is an exchange shop card, she is only ever available with a 50% bonus, making her higher gameplay value. And she is immensely valuable considering how hard it often is to find cards for virtual singers during mixed events. And I can already now give you a spoiler that this is the only Mako card available with a 50% bonus, meaning that if you want to stay competitive during this event, you will need to pick up this Mako. So make sure to pick her up as soon as possible, as she is going to be very valuable for this event. But outside of Get Fit and Fly Muscle Training, she will also see use during the event Grow Glorious Glow. This event will run from the 11th of December to the 19th of December and has Shizuku, Minori, and Mormo Jump Miku in the gacha, meaning that once again Mako is of a higher gameplay value for this event. And then finally she will see use during the event Share With My Heart that will run from the 23rd of May to the 29th of May 2026. And in the gacha for this event is Airi, Minori, and Mormo Jump Mako, making of course the Get Fit and Fly High Exchange card Mako lower gameplay value for this event, since she is available with a 70% bonus if you do decide to pull from the gacha. But of course, Mako and Anne are not the only 2 characters getting cards with this event, as we will also see the event gacha Supreme Sporty that will be available between September 10th and September 20th. This is a standard permanent gacha, meaning it abides by standard permanent gacha rules. This means a 3% chance for a 4-star, it does have a pity bar, and it uses the green stickers and vouchers. There will be 3 new cards added with the gacha, and these are considered the focus cards of the event, meaning they grant a 70% event bonus for event team building. They do not come with a hairstyle as they are not considered limited cards, and they will be matching the event attribute being happy this time around. So getting straight into our focus character of the event, we have Haruka and her card You Give Me Wings.
お願い、届いて!
Haruka is a scorer skilled card with the skill name Supply Hack, and scorer skill cards will grant 100% score bonus for 5 seconds at talent level 1, with Haruka's new exclusive costume being called Tight Player. And due to her happy attribute, Haruka will actually see use in 3 future events. 2 of these we have already mentioned, such as Grow Glorious Glow, once again running from the 11th of December to the 19th of December. Once again in the gacha is Shizuku, Minori, and Mormo Jump Miku, meaning of course that Haruka is of higher gameplay value as she is only ever available with a 50% bonus. This is then followed by the event Put Your Heart Into This One Stitch that will run from the 31st of January to the 8th of February. In the gacha for this event is Shizuku, Mafyu, and Mormo Jump Len, meaning that Haruka is once again higher gameplay value. With the final event Haruka will see use in, of course, being Share With My Heart that will run from the 23rd of May to the 29th of May 2026. And as already mentioned, Airi, Minori, and more Jump, Meiko takes the gacha slots, making Haruka higher gameplay value for her last event as well. And as for new limited cards, Haruka has 1.5 upcoming ones. The standard limited card for Haruka is her Bloom Festival exclusive card released in tandem with the event Unfading Wishing. Due to her status as a Bloom Festival card though, she will only be available between December 31st and January 4th. With her semi-limited card of course coming from the second More Jump World Link event, Always Jump With You, that will run from August 8th to August 20th, 2026. And as for rerunning gachas, Haruka has 3.5 upcoming ones. As always, the second rerun of any given limited gacha is the final rerun before the gacha is discontinued and the cards join the Recollection Festival gacha pool. For more information about this gacha, check out my general guide linked down in the description. The first gacha we will encounter for Haruka is the final rerun of the Flight to the Futures gacha in October, which is then followed by the first rerun of the Photogenic Valentine's gacha in February, with no second rerun yet confirmed. With the second gacha we will encounter for Haruka being the first rerun of the Deliver It To You live streaming gacha that will be having its first rerun in August, and of course no second rerun is yet confirmed. With the special case for the rerunning gachas being the second World Link support gacha for More Jump. In each one of the units, the second World Link support gachas are the first set of World Link cards, with these cards being rated up during the support gachas, basically making the support gachas a rerun for the first set of World Link cards. But I'm flagging these as a special case as we do not know how World Link events will work going forward, if there will be a third batch, and in that case if the third batch of support gachas would include both the first year and second year, or if they would be two separate gachas. But the More Jump second year World Link support gacha will go live in tandem with the second World Link event somewhere in early August. So Haruka doesn't have a lot of upcoming options, but with that we can move into our second character being Akito and his card post-competition feast.
ジューシーでうまいな。
Akito is a healer skill card with the skill name Back at the Obstacle Course, and healer skill cards will recover 350 life and grant an 80% score bonus for 5 seconds at talent level 1. With Akito's new costume being called Awesome Player. And Akito will see use in 2 additional upcoming events. The first one is the event Time to Take Off that will run from January 11th to January 19th. With Toya, Kohane, and Vivi Bad Squad Len in the gacha, of course making the muscle training Akito higher gameplay value. And this continues into the second event, Competitive Fire, that will run from July 31st to August 6th. The event having Anne, Toya, and Vivi Bad Squad Luca in the gacha, of course making Akito higher gameplay value for this event as well. And Akito also only has 1.5 upcoming limited costumes, with Akito joining Haruka in the same event being Unfading Wishing for his standard limited costume. But unlike Haruka, Akito is a event character, meaning he will be available between December 31st and January 9th. With his semi-limited card of course coming from the second World Link event for Vivi Bad Squad, turning pain into drive, that will run from April 8th to April 20th. And as for rerunning gachas, Akito has 3.5 upcoming ones. This starts with the first rerun of the Your Ticket to the City of Splendors gacha that will have its first rerun in December, with its second rerun confirmed for July 2026. This is then followed by 2 back-to-back reruns, starting with the Play with Dogs gacha, also known as the 3.5 anniversary, in April, with no second rerun yet confirmed. He will then also show up in the Party of Blast gacha in July, with also no second rerun yet confirmed. And finally, of course, we have the Vivi Bad Squad second World Link support gacha in early April. Leaving us only with our final character being Tsukasa and his card Training with a Buddy. Tsukasa is a scorer skill card with the skill name Sekai Water Foot Race, and scorer skill cards will grant 100% score bonus for 5 seconds at talent level 1, with Tsukasa's new costume being called Star Player. And Tsukasa only sees use in one future event, being Deeper and Deeper, that will run from July 7th to July 13th. And in the gacha for this event is Tsukasa, Rui and Nene, with Enna and Kaito as the Bloom Festival exclusive cards. Meaning of course that the muscle training Tsukasa is of a lower gameplay value, as he is available with a 70% bonus from this gacha. And Tsukasa has 2.5 upcoming limited cards. The first one comes from the event we just mentioned, Deeper and Deeper, once again running from July 7th to July 13th. This is then followed by one of the most recent events as I'm recording this, Deep Dark for Light, that will run from August 30th to September 4th, with his semi-limited card coming from the second Wonderland Showtime World Link event, Dear My Fellows, that will run from May 9th to May 21st. As for rerunning gachas, Tsukasa has 2.5 upcoming ones. The first gacha we will encounter is the first rerun of the Grow Up With Me gacha, also known as the 3rd anniversary in October, with its second rerun already confirmed for May 2026. Which is then followed by the final rerun of the City of Spirits gachas in January, with the special case rerun of course being the second World Link support gacha happening in early May. But with that, we have covered the 3 cards being added with the Supreme Sporty gacha, so instead we can look towards the event team building. And due to this being a mixed event, it is only the designated virtual singer, so in this case more jump Meiko, who can grant the 50% bonus. I did kinda lie when I said that Meiko only had her 3-star card from the exchange shop available, as she does also have her 2-star brand new world blank virtual singer card available with a 50% bonus. Since with the event over Rad Squad, all blank virtual singers, as long as they are the correct character and attribute, are able to grant the 50% bonus as if they were the correct unit tagged virtual singer. And this time around we have 3 asterisks for the 2-star and 3-star cards, so let's look at those. Obviously for my global players, the 3-star Tsukasa from the event Revival My Dream is wholly unavailable. This does not apply to any Korean or Taiwanese players watching my content, as you can have this Tsukasa available to you. But for EM players, this Tsukasa is wholly unavailable as he was never added to the game. In addition, the 2-star Akito from the event Whip Yourself Into Shape, as well as the 3-star Anne from the event Over Rad Squad, has yet to enter the standard gacha pool as I'm currently recording this. So if you did not play during Whip Yourself Into Shape or Over Rad Squad, you have no way of having this Akito or Anne to your event team building. As an additional note, the Let's Go to the Movies 2-star Tsukasa and Anne were of course tied to the Project Sekai movie stamp campaign. You could get these through the movie exchange if you got a code from watching the movie in the cinema. So obviously if you are in a country that never got the movie, or you did not go watch it so you could get a code, you have no way of having these 2 stars as well. But with the asterisks out of the way, let's look towards the 4-star selection. This time around we have 14 available cards with only 2 events bringing more than 1. One of these events being limited and one of them being permanent. The limited event is Stray Bad Dogs that brought both an Akito and an Anne. And the permanent event is Kick It Up a Notch, also bringing an Akito and an Anne. Among the remaining 10 cards, we have 3 limited and 7 permanent. The limited cards in order of release includes the Anne from the 2.5 anniversary event in the Singing City, the Tsukasa from the event Unmissable Spirited Affair, as well as the Colorful Festival exclusive Tsukasa tied to the 3.5 anniversary event Rise as One. As for the permanent cards in order of release, we have the Tsukasa from the event It's On Wonder Halloween, the HAruka from the event Hear Me Hopeful Show, which was then followed instantly by another HAruka from the event Time to Hang Out. This was then followed by a Tsukasa from the event Desperate Times Island Panic, which was then followed by an Akito from the event Find a Way Out. After this, we saw another HAruka from the event Our Precious Memories, with the final permanent card added being the Anne from the event The First Concerto, with 2 additional birthday cards being available in the roster, including the first year Tsukasa and the third year HAruka. And we're back to the pattern of mixed events having really terrible event team building. Luckily, the Meiko has her 3-star card available in the exchange shop, meaning that everyone can fill that slot with a very strong alternative. But even then, the selection for the 4 original characters available in this event isn't that strong either, with 5 out of 14 cards being limited, and the 9 remaining cards not being a very stellar selection for any one of the characters. It's definitely not the worst mixed event team building we have ever seen. That title definitely goes to Let Sekai Hear Your Song, and I will never change my mind on that. But that being said, this is far from the greatest either. I would definitely classify this event on the lower end of availability when it comes to strong event team building. So I mostly just hope that most people can get together a team with a 250% bonus, and that many late game players can at least reach 270 to 280% event bonus without any bigger issues. But with that said, I don't have much more to say about the event team building, so once the event concludes, we will see an afterlife. This afterlife will be available between September 18th and September 19th, and participating in the event will grant you 300 crystals and a stamp. The stamp this time around of HAruka called Let's Bump It Up a Notch. And due to this being a mixed event, there is no commissioned song available. But with that, we have covered everything you needed to know about the event Get Fit and Fly muscle training. And I will say that this event has the exact same problem we saw last year. Just like Our Precious Memories and Let's Study Hard, this feels like a filler event. It feels like an event only here to soften the blow before 4th anniversary. An event that Sega themselves maybe didn't believe in or felt wasn't up to snuff to actually be one of the hard-hitting events. I don't mind it though, but it still feels like this concept could have shined even brighter if it was allowed a better slot. But as it stands now, in my personal opinion, it's just a cute little fun festival while we wait for the true celebration to start at the end of the month. But that's far enough of my opinions. What do you think about Get Fit and Fly muscle training? I always love to hear your thoughts and opinions about the events, if you're going to tier, if you're going to pull, or maybe if you're skipping this event due to feeling the same way as I do, that it's more of a filler experience. And while you're down there typing away your comment, it would be a massive help if you could consider subscribing, leaving a like, and maybe even sharing this video with a friend, as all of these things help immensely. And of course, I want to extend a special thank you to all of my Patreons for continuously supporting me through my endeavors in making guides. And I want to extend an even bigger thank you to all of my append players, being Bambi, Gabby C, Helen P001 Star, Katie, Mia Marie, Newties Epic, Opal Siren, Petterish, Shino Empire, Shoop, and Veritas. Ooh woo. Once again, I can never really thank you all enough for the support you give me in my pursuit to keep making content for Project Sekai. And if you want to join them in supporting me that little bit extra for as low as $1, you can find the link to my Patreon down in the description. But with that, we have covered everything you needed to know about the event Get Fit and Fly Muscle Training, so I won't ramble on any longer. Let's get out of here for the week.